get Brian Fisher on here, and except he's not on the board. Oh, he's on Skype? Oh, hey, Brian, welcome.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good. Let me introduce you appropriately. You're the host of the Focal Point radio show on AFR Talk, the director of issues analysis for government and public policy at American Family Association. AFA.net is the website. It's AFR Talk or AFA Talk?
AFR Talk for American Family Radio.
Ah, of course. Okay, great. Welcome back, Brian.
Good to be back.
What state is Madison County in? I'm looking through this article here, and I know
it's in the state of Georgia, I believe.
Okay. And somebody donated arguably a piece of art to them, a stone with a sword to pull out of it and all that kind of stuff. And there were a bunch of Bible verses on it. Do I have that right?
2 Bible verses on it. Yes, that is correct.
And the school board said, okay, we got to take the Bible verses off because we are a public school. We are paid for with taxpayer dollars. And so it's inappropriate for us to basically hang a sign in front of everybody when we're having a football game saying, here you have to, well, you don't have to, but here, we're pitching this religion at you. Do I have that right?
Well, yeah, they didn't do anything because of complaints from somebody inside the school. They only acted when they got complaints from something called the Freedom from Religion Foundation, which is grammatically challenged because the Constitution does not guarantee freedom from religion. It guarantees freedom of religion. Maybe they were missing the day they discussed prepositions in elementary school.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with freedom from religion?
It's not in the Constitution, Tom.
Well, arguably freedom of religion, if you posit that atheism, at least evangelical atheism, is a religion, and I do, that's, freedom of religion. If you have people who don't believe in Christianity, who are Hindus or Buddhists or Satanists or whatever, that's all freedom from religion or freedom of religion. And it would be freedom from having a religion imposed on you that's different than yours. I mean, isn't that a reasonable assertion?
Nothing's being imposed on anybody here, Tom. There's no coercion involved. People can believe those Bible verses or not. They can touch the stone or not. The work of art was donated. No taxpayer dollars involved at all.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. How would you feel if it was a picture of Satan and, with the upside-down 5-pointed star being held over his head, the one that's now on the Republican logo, and, the verse was that verse in... where is it? Where is it in the Old Testament? The story of the fall of Lucifer. That he was. It speaks actually is sort of favorably of him as an angel before he fell.
Well, again, that goes to the definition of the word religion. What the founders meant by the word religion at the time of the founding was Christianity.
Well, no, they clearly didn't, and I can give you dozens of quotes from founders that refute that. You and I both know that's not true. But you didn't answer my question. How would you feel if it was if the sculpture that had been donated was a sculpture of Satan?
The point of the First Amendment is to protect the free exercise of the Christian faith. These are verses from the Christian Bible, perfectly appropriate. The First Amendment violation is those that are trying to get rid of the public expression of faith in the public schools.
So how would you feel about this, Brian Fisher, if the statue that had been donated was a statue of Satan holding an inverted 5-point pentagram, an inverted 5-point star, and the cut line was a Bible verse, but it was a Bible verse that spoke well of the angel of the morning?
Well, in the democratic form of government, Tom, that's not how we make decisions. The school board decided to accept this piece of art. They only made a decision when they got pressure from an atheist foundation. It's the atheist foundation that's infringing on the free exercise of religion. They're the ones that are violating the Constitution. They are governing against the will of the people.
So you're saying then, Brian, if a Satanist group had donated a statue of Satan to the Madison County School, and they had put that statue in their football stadium so everybody could see it when they came to play a football game, and it had Bible verses celebrating Satan, that you would have no problem with that? You think it would be unconstitutional for the school board to say, we really don't want this picture of Satan out here?
No, if the school board decided to do that, Tom, they could have it. That's what freedom of religion is all about. You're the one... Right. That is against freedom of religion and a democratic form of government.
So, yeah, right. Good luck with that, Brian. So what you're suggesting then is that any religion that wants to submit a statue that promotes their religion to a public school that's paid for with tax dollars should be able to, the school should be able to accept it and display it to the kids and everybody else however they want, which leads to an interesting conundrum. What happens when the school board says, we'll take the statue of Vishnu, the Hindu god, but we're not going to take the statue of Jesus, the Christian god.
That's up to the school board, Tom. That's up to the school board, Tom. That's religious freedom, Tom. You're the one that's against allowing the people to make decisions for themselves and govern themselves. You are the enemy of religious freedom here, not me.
So you're suggesting that if the school board decided to go with a satanic statue, that would be fine with you?
If that's what the school board decided. They're elected by the people. If the people decide they don't want a statue to Satan, they can elect a different school board and they can change the policy. That's freedom, right. Tom. That's religious liberty. That's America.
So in your mind, freedom is using our tax dollars to promote Satanism.
That's up to the school board, Tom.
Right. So that's your definition of freedom, is for my tax dollars to be taken away from me at gunpoint, which the IRS has the potential to do, and use those tax dollars to promote Satan. That's your definition of freedom.
Tom, what I'm about is self-governance. I'm about a democratic form of government. I'm about protecting the free exercise of religion. I'm about letting the people govern themselves. This is tyranny. The will of the people in Madison High School is to have this statue with Bible verses on it. It's tyranny to take that away from them. You're the one that's advocating
Brian,
tyranny.
Nobody held a gun to anybody's head. The school board voted unanimously to take the Bible verses off this statue. Nobody, they were not compelled to do it. There was no force. However, the people who paid their taxes to pay for this stadium, they were compelled. They were compelled by threats of violence, of imprisonment, of loss of their homes. These are property taxes principally support these houses.
Tom,
you know this, Brian. This is the libertarian argument against taxes, but there's some truth to it.
Tom, you're just being hysterical now.
No,
I mean, Tom, these people need to grow some hair. These people are afraid of a rock with words on it. These people from the Freedom from Religion
But that's freedom, Brian. That's freedom. They voted. I thought you were in favor of democracy. They voted to take the Bible verses off. The school board unanimously voted to take the Bible verses off. How is that not freedom?
They wouldn't have done it if they hadn't been intimidated by a lawsuit from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. This is clearly the will of the people of the school.
How do you know they were intimidated as opposed to simply enlightened? They voted.
Because
nobody showed up with a gun.
They had no problem with it until these wusses from the Freedom from Religion Foundation that are scared by words on a rock showed up and threatened a very expensive lawsuit. This is intimidation and bullying and tyranny.
So when somebody challenges, I'm trying to understand this worldview that you're representing here. So when my tax dollars are taken from me at gunpoint, coercively, and used to promote Christianity, that's fine because that's freedom. And when a school board decides that they're not going to promote a religion, say Satanism, or in this case Christianity, they're not going to promote a religion in their taxpayer-funded stadium, and they vote democratically to do that, and this is an elected school board, that is tyranny and their wusses. Do I have that right?
No, what I am for is religious freedom, Tom, which is the school board has the right under our Constitution to decide what messages they will encourage, they will receive.
Which they just did.
They will support. Exactly right. But they did it under intimidation and bullying. That's tyranny. That's not a Republican form.
I see. So somebody expressing their opinion to a school board is tyranny.
No, being coerced into violating freedom of speech.
Okay.
Because
Brian,
you're a lawsuit, that's tyranny.
Okay, Brian, you got the last word.
This is
Hang
the
on.
Thom Hartmann Program.
Brian Fisher, you can get his stuff over at afa.net. You listen to his program and see everything that's going on over there. Thank you, Brian, for dropping by.
You're welcome, Tom. You bet.
We'll be back.